guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
Recording in progress.
Hey, welcome to Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Ron. Thank you guys for joining. My partner is Dave, and it is Monday, February 17, 2025, just after 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Thanks everyone for joining. Just a reminder to everybody, the stock market, Wall Street is closed today, and we have US banks and Canadian banks also closed for business today. So if you want to go to the bank and get your money, unfortunately they're closed today. So the markets are also closed, stock market. So what we're going to look at today is we'll put our focus on gold and US oil. We'll take a look at how Comex and the commodities exchanges are moving, and we'll get our week started by looking at commodities, okay? And we've got a big week this week, so just real quickly, what we'll be doing is gold. I have it on the daily right now, and then we'll do a top down and we'll start to bring it down to the lower time frames. But just real quick, Forex Factory, guys. So right here, all day Canadian banks are closed and USD banks are closed. So US and Canadian banks are closed today. You might see a lower amount of volume in the markets. Traditionally, some traders take days off when the stock market is closed, but we're going to continue to trade and look at the markets and analyze, but we're going to shift focus on gold and US oil. Okay, we'll continue with Nasdaq and US 30 and S&P tomorrow, but for today we'll stick with that. And we also have some members after our call. We're going to go till approximately 10 a.m. and then you have some FOMC members. We do not have Powell speaking. These are the other members of FOMC. And then later, if you are trading later tonight, there's some Australian red news. And then we pick up tomorrow, okay? And we'll review news tomorrow. Earnings wise, we do not have much pre-market. There was nothing because the markets are closed. And then things pick up in the after hours, but there's no big names to be concerned about. Okay, and then just if you're looking for some latest news in the markets, you're always going to have news with Donald Trump. So I just make note of that. When you do have Donald Trump, he is all over social media and the news and everything. So you just have to be careful because when he speaks, there could be volatility. Right now, there's a lot of talk about the tariffs going on. Okay, and NVIDIA will be in the news. NVIDIA shakes up stock portfolio, cratering Serve Robotics and sending WeRide soaring. Look at WeRide, 83%. This security is going up. NVIDIA has earnings in the next few weeks, okay? So let's get into the charts. We're going to get started off with gold on the daily, and then I'm going to start bringing things down to the lower time frame, okay? And then today maybe we'll continue with the 2-minute theme. We did 2 minutes last week, and it's a little bit slower than the 1 minute, but it's still lots of analyzing we can watch and see how things are moving, okay? So just on the daily, we can see that there's a really nice daily uptrend moving, higher highs and higher lows and higher highs and higher lows until we reached our all-time high right up here. So this was our all-time high for gold, which almost hit 3,000 in the futures market. And could we possibly get back up there? Absolutely. So maybe it's just consolidating. Maybe there might be a healthy pullback in the next little bit, but we could definitely come back up. So that's my all-time high supply box. I put the top of the wick to those bodies, stretch it across. So anywhere around here, 29.42, just under 29.50, all-time high supply. This is our daily candle, what we're trading right now today. You can see it came into about 50% of Friday's red volume, and that's about the high we have right there. Also, when we figure out a supply or resistance above us? Can we figure out maybe some demand or some support below us? I'm thinking over here. Here was a resistance point at one time, and then it turned with this candle that closed above, it turned into an area of support, and then you can visually see how the candle came red right into that green box and got wicked right out of there. So if I extend this across, I can see that it's still holding. So in order to start to turn bearish, we do need to close with a daily candle below this green box in order to start to maybe retrace a little bit bearish down on gold down in here. But we're still kind of consolidating in here. It could be flagging on a daily in here and maybe continue to break out bullish. It could just consolidate, maybe a green day, maybe a red day, green day. But what we really have to watch for this week is, are we going to break for a new all-time high, or are we going to lose this support right over here and maybe start to drop a little bit further down here? Okay, so just following off of Friday's volume now, I'm just going to start to like zoom in. Friday we opened and we came up and we tested the all-time high supply, but we could not make a new all-time high. It is technically a lower all-time high. 2940 is lower than 2942, so even 20 pips. It is very technical, and that's where the market stopped it from going up, and then it started its bearish move all the way down where it closed near the low. Then we had our weekend, Saturday, and then Sunday evening we opened. So here's what the volume is on today if we look at it. So there is an opening price right here at 28.82. So what I'm going to do is, with that green box that I have here, I'm just going to kind of bring it a little bit right up to the opening price. So then I know if it does come down in here, that's the opening price. I can place a line in there, but I know that now I just placed the green box at the top, so I know that that's the opening price of today's daily volume. When we did open up, it was originally red. It was red, and there's our low of the day right there. So I like to place a purple line at the bottom of the daily wick, and it's showing me that that's the daily low, 2,878.50 cents. It's a little bit higher than Friday's low, and over here on Wednesday's low we got a higher low. So still we are inside this demand zone, and it is still holding with strong buying support. And then from the low of the day, it came back up to the opening price. That's a point of interest, and we continue to move green, very bullish. And then it made the high of the day at 29.06. So I place a purple line right up there. And what has been happening since we hit the high of the day? It's been retracing down just a little bit, okay? But we do now have some structure in between here. So I can see right here was a closing of a red candle and an opening of a green candle. So we do have a little structure right here. So I'm going to just place a yellow line right here, right below these daily candles, and make it yellow. And this 2,897.50 cents, this is a point of interest as well, and the volume currently is above it. So if we continue to push back down, I'd like to see if the buyers can maybe hold around this yellow line and continue to push and fill up the wick, and then come back up to the high of the day. If we fail to hold this yellow line, then the sellers might have momentum to continue to push it down and exhaust our daily volume in our bar today. Relative to this big red volume as of Friday, we're testing approximately 50% of it where we came green, and that, if I was eyeballing it and just looking relative to where 50% is, it's right around there. To verify, I usually get my Fibonacci tool, place it at the opening price of that red candle and bring it down to the closing price of that red candle, and then I can verify exactly where is 50%, and it's right there at 2,905. So we traded just a little bit above 0.5, and we're more into that little zone right there of that the right here, this line, and then the one line below 0.5. So sellers are still maintaining holding it down below 50%, but we still have this green volume. Okay, so what we're going to do now is break it down, the time frames. Okay, so we're not just going to sit on the daily and watch the daily candle today. We're actually going to bring it down to the 2-minute time frame. So the next frame that I go down to dissect today's daily candle, you're more than welcome if you want to go to the 4-hour and dissect the 4-hour movement. I tend to move right into the 1 hour, the 60 minutes, and these are the 60 minutes, how they're trading relative to the all-time high supply and that daily demand area. So now I can kind of back test. I can look backwards to see which day kind of broke it right there, what hour it was. That was Wednesday, February 12th of last week at 8 a.m. Comex market open. There was a break, but it came right back up and then started that uptrend. And then I can see what day we traded right into that all-time high supply, and then it pushed right back down, consolidated. So this is us right now. You can see the hourly volume. It's not the greatest. It's not the greatest. You got a green bar, red bar, come down, then green bar, green bar. And you can see how it's very, very tight and consolidating. If I was to trap all this hourly volume right now, that's where it's basically trading. And you can see these are all hourly candles. So you got 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, about 10 hours of straight consolidation with not the biggest range. Okay. It may continue like this today. Remember, the banks are closed. So today is a day to use caution in the markets. Respect your risk management. Don't do anything silly, because we want to trade volume like this. And that might be tomorrow when things start to open up. But on the hourly, what I'm going to watch for is, now we do have this wick, this wick, this wick. There are like 3 lows at 2,895. So you see my yellow line, that is my daily point of interest, but I can bring it down now right there. And I bring it down, I am adjusting it now. So I'm putting it at this hourly low at 7 a.m., the same low right here at 5 a.m., the exact low at London market at 3 a.m., and then I can see the break right there pre 1 a.m., but then it came right back up in the volume close above the yellow line, and then I can see how there's a body and a body and a body and a body. So I think this area is kind of opening it up. So we do have strong support on the hourly at 2,895 and continuing to hold. You can see how many times it came down there and went back up. How many times it came down there and went back up. It came down there just right now and went back up. Okay, but we are fighting some hourly resistance. From the high of the day right there, we hit that purple line at 4 a.m. Eastern, that purple line. And then if I bring a box right down to those bodies, this is where the buyers are having difficulty breaking it above. They're getting in here, back down. They're coming in there, back down. Coming in there, back down. They hit the high of the day, and then they got rejected again. We came in there again and pushed back down. So you can see that this is clear hourly resistance across. We can figure out, maybe, do we want to scalp down? Do we want to buy up? But this entire range, so if we're contemplating trading in this range, all the market is basically giving us right now from the top to the bottom is about approximately 80 pips, 80. It's an $8 range on gold from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top. So if we take a scalp and it only moves halfway, then approximately it's a 40 pip trade. We might not get that, but I'm just saying that's our entire range that the market is currently giving us right now. And you can see that there was this big push down, okay? You can clearly see that from last week, Friday, that big push down, and then it came up. Now we're creating a neckline. So it looks like a pattern like this, where it came down, there's one bottom. Now we've created a neckline, so we might, if the sellers push it down and break this yellow line and close below here, we could potentially come back down, fill that wick right there, and maybe produce a double bottom down in here, and maybe have a second leg trying to come back up to break this 2905, that daily area, that resistance, maybe push, close above, we retest this, we change the color of the box maybe tomorrow, and then maybe gold is trying again to get back up to that all-time high supply. It could also, they could do a fake break right here where it's coming down for like a double bottom, but then there's liquidity below here, and they might come down, spike it, grab that liquidity, and then start a move like that. However, it could also maybe continue to come down bearish and break, and we don't get the buyers like present, and then the sellers are strong and close it below there, then we flip that zone green to red, and then buyers come in here and get rejected, and maybe gold is going to continue to sell off. Okay, so that's what we need to watch for this today and tomorrow, starting early this week, and to see. But right now, as we are just consolidating right in here, so the hourly is just moving sideways. Yes, there is room to trade inside there, but it's not the greatest. We are not trending right now. To me, it just looks like it's ranging sideways. It could produce some choppy price action. So that's why we have to be patient and wait to see, will the buyers be able to bring it through here, close above, and maybe start a move to the upside. Will we get this where maybe they break it down there, close below there, and then we get a push down there? Or are we just going to continue to trade sideways? Okay. Any questions on the daily or the hourly before I start to move down to the lower time frames? Just want to give a shout out to everyone on Zoom. Sorry, thank you guys for joining. Forex Borix, welcome. Thank you. Pedro, Mike, thank you for joining. Sang, Hyperchick, welcome. Wayne, again, congratulations on Wayne. Everyone is getting married in Barbados today. He's on the beach. We all wish him luck and congratulations on that. Armand, Pershindetia, welcome. Captain Boom, thank you for joining. EB, thank you guys. Conrad, Val, welcome. Good morning. Efren, thank you. X-Red Clues, thank you guys for joining. Welcome, guys. And everyone on YouTube, thank you guys as well. I appreciate all of you guys. Okay, so what I normally do is, now I go to the lower time frame from the hourly. We can go into the 15-minute, the 5-minute is traditionally what we go into. But we tried the 2-minute bars last week, and you guys kind of enjoyed those. So I'm going to go back to the 2-minute time frame. So this is the 2-minute time frame. Okay, this is scalping now. Okay, 2 minutes. When I'm looking at 2 minutes, I'm not looking to take a position and hold it for like the entire day, because then why am I looking at the 2 minutes if I want to do that? Maybe I want to look at the 15-minute or the 30-minute, or stick with those hourly candles what we were just on. This is more for help educating with price action and looking for shorter trades. So remember this neutral zone right here, that's that hourly consolidation. So all of this volume inside here is that hourly consolidation. I can see when it hit the top point there around 605 or 606 up there, and then it came back down to the bottom point right over here. Okay, so we're trading right now right in the middle, 2900. So the 2 minutes, they also have a little bit of structure. I can see how they were kind of consolidating here, just like the hourly, very similar. Green, red, green, red, green. And then they faked out the high, and then they slammed it back down. So the hourly candles can do something very similar. Very similar. So we can see that there is a 2-minute resistance, like right around here. Okay. We will get to oil. Blaze, Blaze, not you, Kelby. Just 1 second, guys. You guys gotta have a little bit of patience. We just started this call 5-10 minutes ago. We'll get there. One chart at a time, my friends. Okay, so do you guys understand why I placed a red box here? Because then later on, you guys are going to ask questions, say, well, Ron, why did you place a red box here? Because all you're worried about is, what about US oil? And then you're going to wonder here. I see right there, multiple rejections, and then I stretch it into the future. Okay, so I can see right now, they are lowering the offers. down. It's lower than the red box. So right now you can see that they are lowering the offers down. Where do we have some 2-minute support in the market? Just by visually looking right here, when it created that uptrend move from the bottom right there, and then the pullback held right there, and then the next pullback held right there. So I make a green box, bring it across, and then I see how it reacted in the future. There was the red candle that closed below. Had I flipped it red, I see it faked out there and then continued to drop down, and then bringing it across, I can see that green bar closed above and holding it. It looks like we are approaching it right now. So right now we're trading right here, red, green, red, green, red. What is the range from that red line to maybe the green box? It's approximately 15 to 20 pips. Okay, if you're trading inside this tight little zone, like this red candle is down 10 pips right now. Okay, not the greatest to be scalping in here. Well, let's wait to see what happens up here or down here. Let's see if we start moving our way up on this hourly structure up here. But that's the 2 minutes. We'll continue to watch this. What is the overall trend? Okay, so what I see on the 2 minutes, when I can see it hit up there in that supply, they pushed it down. Again, it came back up. That's a lower high. Again, it came back up. That's another lower high. Again, it came back up. That's another lower high. So if I just put a trend line to technically show me, if I need to visually look at it like this, again, you don't have to be 100% perfect on placing a trend line. I know a lot of people get anxiety and stressed out when they're placing a trend line. They're like, Ron, I didn't exactly get that. It doesn't matter, guys. It's just for kind of like reference, just to show you. Like, look at my trend line. It's not 100% perfect. I just placed that at the top of the wick, brought it down. I see right there, kind of faked out above there and went back down. There it kind of maybe just about touched it. There it's touching it. So the trend is showing me it is pushing down. Okay, so we are trending down. It is descending. Whether or not it's perfect or not, it still gives me a general area of how it's coming down. Okay, so it is continuing to push down. Now we are breaking this green box, and we'll see what type of reaction we get here. Will it close below there, or will it come back up? Okay, so we'll stick with this. It's 7:55. We'll stay with this for going into 8 a.m. and then I'll do a quick analysis of USOIL, and then we'll watch both of the securities as we go into Comex for gold. Okay, so just going through the motions. Okay, just because I'm not in a trade doesn't mean that I can't continue doing what I analyze in the markets. Did this red bar close below the green box? Yes, it did. Can I change the color of the box when the candle closed? Yes, I can. Okay, so did you guys see what I did there? Or some of you guys are not paying attention to this, and then I got to keep repeating myself over and over and over. So what I did there was that bar physically closed below. I changed from the green to the red. Now this is my retest candle. I can see when it opened green and didn't even take out that low and just continued to come right back up. Okay, so if you sell prematurely without getting a retest or watching what's going on here, then you could get sucked in on an opposite candle. This, remember, we're watching 2 minutes. So this now has 55 seconds before the close. See how it came green, 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 and then they rejected it hard, and now we are below the red box again. It's a shooting star candle, continuing maybe to push down. So if you bought that candle prematurely, unfortunately, you are in drawdown right now because you bought as it was coming up before it even closed. Okay, so I'm not saying that sometimes I trade like that. Okay, but the rule of thumb is for all time frames, try to the best of your ability to wait for the candle to close before you do anything. I know you have to wait for it. That's why I chose 2 minutes. It's not that hard to wait for a 2-minute candle to close, but you can see the direction of it. So let's watch where it closes. Will it close below the box, above the box, inside the box? Okay, so it closed right there. Next candle opening green again. It has to come back up to fill the previous high wick. Will it come all the way? It is coming all the way up? No. So it just got initially rejected right there. That's a lower high, lower high. Now can they exhaust these buyers again, or is it going to come back up here and close above here? Then if it closes above, then we see what type of reaction we got at around this 2-minute area of support. It might be still creating support. Maybe we can buy off of this and take it back up to the trend line or a little bit above. But look at now, while I'm talking and this is developing, it was coming up green. Then it went all the way back down. Now it's coming back up green. We're getting very, very close to 8 a.m. We're 2 minutes away from 8 a.m. So we're going to have a new hourly candle enter the market. So we are going to encounter a little bit of volatility. Okay. So I just want to make that clear. Another thing I want to make clear. If you're learning price action, and you don't have too much experience and you're a beginner, start off with a demo account if you can while you're learning this stuff, because you don't want to make mistakes while you're learning with a live account. Okay, so what happened now? It came all the way up. Yes, it did create a little bit high above that previous high wick, but now it's coming right back down below the red box. So what I can see is they've trapped some buyers up there now. I can tell by how it got rejected, and now the volume is back near the low, and again we're below the red box. Now we have 20 seconds to go, and then this candle will close, and then we are approaching 8 a.m. Eastern. Okay, so is the momentum going to switch? Are they going to fake out at 8 a.m. and come back up? Again, let's watch and see and react to the market. Okay, so there's the close. It's 8 a.m. So it initially just started red bearish, came back up green. Okay, so that's the volatility. That's volatility there. We're at 8 a.m. Again, it's testing the red box. Is it going to come back down, or are we coming right back up to close? Okay, so it got rejected, coming down. Get ready, because if it kind of comes rejected down there, maybe it looks like it might push down bearish. Strong green candle took out the previous high. Let's watch how this bar is going to close now. So this is that new volatility coming in at the new hour. Okay, again, they rejected. Okay, so you still have a little bit of green volume still left in the candle. Again, large rejection. The volume currently is below the red box again, trading in it. Okay, will we get more red volume close below the red box? Will we get green volume close above? And then I can see what type of reaction they had while it came down to this area. We're going to close in 50 seconds. Big rejection there. Okay, so big rejection again. It was coming up green and they rejected it again. You see the way how they slammed it back down, but then it's coming right back up. So this is the volatility. This is the volume inside these 2-minute candles, and it's happened at 8 a.m. Okay, again they rejected it back down. Okay, has this candle flashed red yet? I haven't seen it flash red yet. Still holding that green body. We got 10 seconds to go. There it flashed red. Okay, so get ready now. Sellers are in full control of that. Okay, it's coming right back to close as a bearish pin bar. There's the close. Green, will it get rejected and look for maybe a quick sell? It's a green ignited bar. Again, it's retesting the red box. It's retesting again. Will it get exhausted, all of this? Will this green volume come back up? Okay, there's technically no direction right now. It's still sellers are selling and buyers are buying. So we have to kind of wait it out. Okay, there's again. It came back up there, lower high, big rejection. You still have this body of green volume that opened, ignited. It was a strong open, so it's still strong. There's where it can flip. Okay, I'm going to go into sell now on the flip in a shooting star. Okay, so I'm in a sell. Okay, currently in a sell. I'm going to place my stop loss maybe above that body. Okay, so I'm at least above that previous high wick and above that body. And then what I'm looking for is for it to push down and then just trickle down into here. Okay, I still need red volume to close below this red box. And then what I'm looking for is a push to hopefully maybe get down to the bottom down there again. Okay, so I'm in a quick little sell on gold, testing this out. My stop loss is above the red box, above these wicks, and also just protected above that red body. Okay. And then right after this, few more minutes of this, then I'll do US oil. Probably be stopped out before I do US oil, but maybe possibly stopped out on this candle. We'll see. So it's going to close. Okay, close relative right to the box. Okay, so it didn't close above the red box. We got a red ignited candle, but for the red ignited candle now to come back down, it's fighting this bullish volume, right? So I always kind of look at 50% of the volume right there. We'll probably get a reaction. We'll probably get a wick there. However, if we do get a red kind of engulfing candle come back down and close less than 50% down in here, maybe we might get that second leg pushed down. But the buyers are strong. I can see that they are strong. Came down. They're buying. So this red body could flip and then start to take out that previous high wick, and my stop loss is right there in the market. Okay, so it's still creating this indecision at this block. Okay, so the sellers, again, this is a fight between the sellers and the buyers. Sellers brought it down, buyers are bringing it back up. Sellers are bringing it back down. It's at this zone, okay? So sometimes you have to allow the candles to close when you are in drawdown or profit or just looking for a trade. You got to allow them to close, and then we'll see who has the final momentum, okay? So it came down red, 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 but then the buyers, look at how they're answering with the last 30 seconds to go. So buyers are still very strong in here. There's the candle flip. Okay, so now what I watch for is how many of these wicks can it take out? Can it create a new high? Okay, so it did close above the red box now. Now what I do is, unfortunately, even if I'm in a sell, I still go through the motions. It's a green box now, okay, because that body closed above. So it's strong, and there's my stop loss. So if it goes there, that's it. I'm stopped out if it gets up there, okay, because I don't want it to continue to drive up there and give some unnecessary pips away, okay? So I still haven't been stopped out. It came up there, but still protected by that red body right there. They pushed it back down, but you can see the type of answer we're getting at, and then it's coming back up. This is the indecision. It's tough volume, but this is 2 minutes of gold. You know, it's not the easiest to be watching this, but I do have to watch my stop loss up there. Okay, and as soon as it comes up there, that's it. The trade is stopped out. I take a loss. Unless a big seller can come in and make a big offer right around here and push this volume back down. And then I go through the same motions again. So if the red volume continues to come back down and it closes below there, I flip that zone again red. Then maybe it's building with more and more offers. Okay, so you can see the swings here are pretty big swings, coming up green, going all the way back down red. But the final close of the volume with 20 seconds to go will determine the final confirmation of the candle. Okay, so I'm still in a sell, just barely hung in there with my stop loss. Okay, so it's coming back down to where I entered. Okay, so I escaped that stop loss. Now closed green to red. Just follow the motions. Okay, green to red. So it could come all the way back up green, 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 but then maybe now we have a little bit of protection on our side with this big red body candle that kind of engulfed those green ones. So I always locate where's about 50% of that opening closing price. Half of it is right around there, just below the red box. So maybe it is going to start to create a little bit of resistance and continue to push down. So we do have a red candle in profit, but that's not what we're looking for. Okay, we're looking for a little bit more profit. So I'd like to take out that low right there. This low green wick right there. I'd like to see if we can take that out at some point and then start to make our way down into here. And remember that yellow line. That yellow line down there is our hourly daily point of interest. If we can get down there somehow and close below there, that's where we have a lot of traffic to continue to push down. Maybe leading into Comex market open in the next 10 minutes. Okay, so let's watch where this candle closes because we do have structure right here. Right here, there's a wick, a wick, a wick. Can we close below here? That was support on those 2 minutes. Can this be created for some short-term resistance? That's a nasty flip of that candle, okay? So this is where we got to watch. This area now, this structure. Can they push it down and close it red below there? See, it did come down. It did come down. There was a good answer by the buyers. They flipped it right back up, but now they are trading in resistance. So we're probably going to close as a spin top candle. Look at it. It's a red bear spin top candle, and it closed right at that line. The next candle opened green ignited. It opened with momentum of buyers, and we're coming back up. But now we've got this resistance right around there, 50% of that red candle. If it doesn't hold, then we're going to test our original red box up here. Hopefully, myself in a sell, the offers keep coming in, the depth of market keeps building, sell side, and keep absorbing these buyers and keep absorbing them, and then eventually can flip this candle back down red like a shooting star and start to push down, but more importantly, close with red volume below this line. See that? How it came up green, green, green. So those buyers were buying into offers. And you see how it held below 50% of that red bar, and we have big protection of our supply area. Okay, so they're lowering. This candle is pushing down, but can we get this red volume to close below this line? Then this supporting line can turn into short-term resistance, and maybe we can, if it comes up green, we're retesting this and continuing to push down. So let's see if we can get a bar close below this red line here. No, see how it came down? And then the buyers, right again, right around here. We got spin top indecision candles. These are not the greatest candles, okay? They're coming up green, they're going back down red, coming back up, and they're right in the middle. But remember how the candle closes. Okay, we got 20 seconds. Sellers are pushing it down. Okay, so what I want out of this bar is the red volume to close below this red line. Number one. Okay, let's see if I get it. Okay, so it did close below. So we can use this now as resistance going forward. Okay, it's green. Let's see what type of reaction we get at that red line. Will it get a wick and get rejected back down? Remember, this is just short term. It's just the first bar. We want to see, will it, yeah, so it held up so far. Okay, it went down, but then there was a huge, big buy. So now you got to rely on your upper resistance levels. Right here, remember that red line, and then how will it react at the original red box? Okay, we're getting a lot of volatility because it's leading into Comex market open in 8 minutes. So again, my stop loss is still right there in the market. So if it comes up big green candle, I'm possibly going to get stopped out right up there because I don't want to continue with that green volume to continue to go higher. So that's my maximum stop loss right up there if it does get triggered. Okay, so there was initial reaction in the red box. It came up green, 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 right into that red box. Sellers rejected it back down, but where will this candle close? There's a majority of it is all green volume, but the sellers are continuing to absorb. So you see how the absorption phase works? That was a big scary green candle, but see how it came right into the supply zone and the sellers were there absorbing and pushing that big bar down. Okay, but you remember it opened ignited. So you know your ignited opens are very, very strong opens. Okay, so they're still holding that green volume. But where will it close? Remember, we're kind of right around that red line again. Is this line going to act as support if the green volume closes above, or the seller is going to close it right below it? Okay, so see how we close below that line? It's a ugly inverted hammer candle. So still maintaining that green body that opened. So it's kind of transitioning into the next candle. But for these buyers, they have a lot of work to do. They got to continue to fill that long upper wick. So hopefully maybe some sellers can come in here and start to push this body down. But did you guys, whether I get stopped out or not, did you guys at least see how that green candle came all the way up to the red box and then they rejected it back down? So regardless, at least if you guys can learn a little bit something here, because I don't know what's going to happen here. We're 5 minutes away from Comex and I'm on 2-minute candles. So it's going to get very, very volatile, guys. So it could just explode a green candle, come up here, or it could go down red. But we're going to see a lot of volume come into the market, especially looking at the 2-minute candles. And again, guys, I'm going to just say something. Right around here, I'm in minimal profit right by break even. If you don't like this setup right now, even myself, if I don't like this right now, minutes before Comex, I can close this out right now. I didn't make any money. I didn't lose any money. I'm basically just a few pips off of break even. I can close this entirely right now and start to look after Comex again. That's a choice you have as a trader. I want to make that clear. You don't always, whether you're getting into a trade, you don't always have to keep it always until it either hits stop loss or to TP. If you don't like the way how it's trading right now, we're right by break even, you can get out of this and close it and then review again. Okay, I'm just watching what's going on. It came up to the red box, back down. It came up, back down, came up, back down. Okay, so, but we're not kind of closing. There's a little bit of a 2-minute uptrend forming right now. So again, this is the fight right before Comex market in the next 3-4 minutes. Gold is pretty choppy, I agree, but this is what the market is giving us on 2 minutes. I don't like to make excuses for the volume. But when a big exchange opens up, there's going to be an influx of volume. Okay, so here's my stop loss. Watch, they'll probably come up there, grab liquidity, could reverse it the other way, but I do not want to take any chances. Okay, I do manual exits. I'm still in this. I'm still live. I'll verbally tell you guys when I'm out. Okay, I'm out. So I got stopped out. So we'll come back to this. Now the real volume will come in the market in a few minutes. So see, I got in down there, but just the demand is strong down there. The demand is strong. So they came in higher low and brought it right back up. We closed above the red zone, red to green. These red lines don't mean anything to me now, so I get rid of them, but the zone is still the zone. So now I'm going to wait for Comex market to open. I'm not going to take a trade until the market opens, and then I'll look to take a trade. But you can see it came down there. Okay, so it made a higher low. I was trying to sell into that to come down here, and unfortunately the market was strong down there. Let's see with Comex market opening in the next few minutes how it reacts relative to this zone. Okay. And we're gonna get it in 30 seconds. So be ready for volatility in 30 seconds. Does this candle bother me if it comes down red, red, red and close below there and I got stopped out and it continues to push down? Then maybe where I just placed my stop loss was just, I could have placed it a little high, but I don't play those games. I would have done this, I should have done that, I could have done that. I gave it more than enough room to breathe. I got stopped out. That's the name of the game. If it does come back down there, I can wait for a red candle close. If it retests this, I could go into another sell. But I didn't want this candle to continue to drive and break that trend line, and then all of a sudden it's all the way up here. Okay, so this is Comex market open. We did not close officially below that green box, so it just opened, and this is like an impulse candle pushing down. So I want to see again, will they fake out the market? Will it come down and reverse back up? Or will this bar actually close below this box or above this box? So first 30 seconds of Comex. And also, guys, look at your spreads as well. Okay, a lot of you guys are failing to look at your spreads, and you guys are just taking trades. Make sure you have favorable spreads if you're looking to scalp gold on the low time frames. It makes no sense to scalp gold or any security if you have shitty spreads. Make sure you have at least 1 pip or below when you're considering scalping gold. If you have 3.5, 4.5 pips of a spread for gold, it makes absolutely no sense to be on the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute candles because you're that much further behind in the trade. So I have a 0.8 spread trading gold and pretty fast executions with the broker. I see a lot of you guys are neglecting to even look at that. Okay, so is this bar going to close below? If it does, green to red. Let's see for maybe an official retest. Will it come up green and get rejected again and go back down? Maybe I can look for another sell if it comes back down. It looks like my stop got hit right before Comex and then they brought it right back down. Okay, and I know it can be really tough trading this, but the volume came down. There it came up green, retested, coming back down. Can it turn this candle into a shooting star and start to potentially push down and take out these prior lows? Or is it going to continue to hold in here and come up green? There's the shooting star candle coming down. I know I'm very aggressive this morning. I would normally short that, but I'm going to wait for this bar to close. I want to see if it will take out the low. I want to see if it will come back up green. Normally that's my cue to sell that candle. Oh, maybe I missed out on it. But if you miss out on it, you got to wait for it to close. Maybe get in on the next one. Oh man, that was the second leg. Oh man, I missed out there. Shit. Oh man. That was the candle that I like to sell. That was the retest, turn to a shooting star with the low wick, and then take out that low and drop. That was my bad there, so I gotta wait for the next one. 25 seconds to go. But when it came down there, would you have taken out profit down there, or would you have done anything? Okay, so that's the way I look at it. When it came down there, would you have secured? Would you have closed out 80%? Would you have done anything down there? If this candle closes where it closes, let's figure out relative. Where's 50% of it? And let's continue. Here's the close. That's roughly about 50% of it. Do I have a zone? Yep. That was used to be support right there. Turn to resistance. Maybe bring it back down to that red line. Okay, so we have a green candle. Will it come all the way up green? Up to there for official retest? No. So okay, so now Comex is potentially selling off. Are we going to break? Remember this area, this yellow line is very, very important. That was our hourly support from 3:30 a.m. Eastern. Support right there when it hit at 5:30 a.m. Eastern. 2 times right there at 7, just after 7 this morning. So if we get red volume closing below here, we haven't seen it since London, we could potentially get gold selling back down into here. Okay, so right now they're holding it. Okay, and now it's coming back up green to trade into this zone. So the reason why I chose this zone was there was a little bit of support there. When I was trying that first sell to break through here, I couldn't, it failed. So now with that red bar that closed below, same zone, it's red. So now it came back up, testing it. Now it's trading in this zone. So 2-minute structure is also here. We got a big, maybe, good support coming back in. This could be a big double bottom play where it came down, one bottom, our neckline, right around here. If we can, there's the maybe potentially a second bottom coming back up green. If it kind of closes green in there, retest that, we could have a bullish breakout. Okay, I believe we have a signal set for 2900 on the scalper. Okay, so let's continue to watch this. Good response by the support down here at that yellow point of interest, that hourly line. Okay, good support there. The sellers failed to break it down there. Here's the close. Okay, so this zone is green. Well, let's see if a green bar can close above here and start to build, and maybe we can look for a trend break, maybe a possible bullish move on gold to come through here. Maybe like an inverted head and shoulder pattern. That big drop, left shoulder, inverted head, coming back. We're in the right shoulder. Can it push back up, close, retest this, and drive? Okay. Let's watch this. So it came back up again, right into that. See how these zones can continue to play out over time? It came right in there, pushed back down. Came in there again, they're pushing it back down. Now we might consolidate in between this red and green box for a little bit, build in here. It might continue to push down. Okay. Why are the spreads different than different platforms or brokers? Because competition, right? And liquidity. So some brokers get A liquidity and they can give better spreads. Also, some brokers are regulated, some are unregulated. Unregulated brokers have less favorable spreads, higher commissions. So all of these things, it's part of your job as a trader to look at the different Do your due diligence, look at the different brokers, platforms, and for your specific security, again, if you're strictly trading gold, then maybe find a broker that's very has favorable spreads in gold for your specific security. Okay. Okay, so we came up green again, holding right there. Maybe we can look to buy a pullback. That just opened green and just popped right up there. Okay, so yes, you could have bought that, but it's kind of again buying on an impulse. It could just come up green and pull back down. So I'm looking for maybe a pullback buy now, maybe at this green box, or if I can get a better discount down in here. Okay, and we're looking for 2,900 right here. 2,900, we'll take a look on our charts. Where's 2,900? So 2,900 is this red line. Okay, so we do have an SST buy signal at 2,900. Maybe we can get in a little earlier if we see it developing down here. And then maybe if it starts traveling up there, we can maybe add another position at 2,900. Okay, so you see the strong answer at the bottom of this point of interest on the higher time frame. So that's why too, if it came down red, I was asking you guys if you're in a sell, would you have closed out down there the full position? Would you have scaled out? All of these questions. Okay, so we did come up green right up to that again, that natural trend line we put from the top, and it got rejected coming down as a shooting star candle. 20 seconds to go. Will it come back up, close green? Maybe I can buy the next candle. Maybe I can get a deeper discount buy down in here. So sometimes you don't always have to buy an impulse. Okay. If I was looking to buy that impulse up there, I'm getting a better discount to buy right now, but it's a big heavy red candle. So again, with these zones, I know it's tedious, but just trying to show you guys how now the buyers are buying into that. Coming in, are they going to reject it down? Will we get a green bar close above here on the 2 minutes? Are we going to buy this on impulse? Okay, so I'm going to physically wait for these bars to close because there's a lot of choppiness going on here. Okay, so one more minute left. It was a strong candle open, coming back up. How many green candles did we have close above here? That one, that stopped me out right there. And then right before Comex came down, we had that big one come in there, push down. So this might be another one we're getting that may close with green volume above here, and we can maybe build off of this candle. Okay, I'll get rid of this hourly box here. Okay, so we can watch like this. And it's 8:30, 8:31, 8:32. So we have a new 30-minute candle that also. So this was the new 8:30, 30-minute candle that opened. A lot of strong bullish volume on the open. Yeah, it's low volume holiday, but what are we going to do, Sherry? This is the volume it's giving us. Okay, guys, red to green. Okay, so we're testing that trend line. Will it break this trend line? Will it come through here, peek its head up there, maybe get rejected, come back down, maybe come all the way and test that 2,900 resistance right there? Or will it push down and then maybe we can officially buy off of this green box here? Okay, so it got rejected. Is it going to, how far down will it come down to? It might not even come all the way down to the green box. It might pick up a wick right now and go up. Okay, so we got it come down to the green box. Let's see what type of response we get here? Will it catch a bottom wick? Okay, so we caught initial bottom wick. Now will it come back up and take out that red volume? Okay, so that was an official retest of that box off of that green body that closed green. Okay, so if we can come back to the point of interest where this candle opened, no, so it's a big red bearish candle coming down even deeper. Okay, so it came deeper now. Can this candle now flip green as it went deeper and deeper to grab those pending orders? Okay, and if this candle flips green, I could potentially look to buy to break that trend line and continue to drive up to that red line at 2900. But it is still red body candle continuing to come down there. 25 seconds left to go. Will this candle close red below there and maybe drop a little further down? Maybe I could get maybe a possible buy entry off of this green box down here. Okay, so it's still inside this descending wedge. Here's the close. Okay, so it closed right in that green box again. Okay, so open ignited red. Will it continue to push down through here, or will it start to flip its way back up? Okay, so we're approaching right here, this top little triangle here, to possibly break out of here, but the sellers are still there protecting it, still holding it down. Okay, so no big break at the trend line. It's still holding. Gold is choppy volume right now. It's very choppy, but if you're still waiting for bodies to close, it can still be okay as long as you're not risking too much. Okay, so it did come down red, red, red. Came back up. Still the ignited red head. Remember, guys, if you look at the opening price, like it's still very, very strong with the red volume coming down. Okay, so again, if it closes below here, I'm going to flip this one green to red, showing that it is still resistance in the market. We've got 10 seconds to go into the close. Okay, so I'm going to assume it's going to close down red. Okay, so I'm going to make this green to red prematurely. There's the close of the candle, red, right at the bottom. We came down to now our next green zone. Okay, so the buyers, again, are present, testing 50% of that red body right there, pushing it down. There's the shooting star candle that might even come down deeper. Okay, so you see the response we got at the top of that trend line, 1 wick, 2 wicks, 3 wicks, and then this drop. So now we got to see, are the buyers going to step back in and hold it on a higher low, and this green box coming back up? Okay, so will they at least close it above 50% of this red candle, or come back up and close it above there? As they're coming up, sellers are pushing them down. Unfortunately, guys, this is the session we got with gold. It's not the greatest, but let's just stick with the volume as much as we can. It's still kind of consolidating in here. Okay, so again, even on the 2 minutes, I pay attention to the last 30 seconds. This is the last 30 seconds of this green candle. Where will it close? How will it close? Okay, remember, so I can also eyeball 50% of that red candle. It's like right around there. So we are getting a little bit of green volume above 50% of that, which could carry momentum into our next candle going green. Could it come up a little higher, maybe close near this red box? Here's the close. Okay, so initial response here, strong, right away. The buyers were there, present. We closed basically right at 50% of that red candle. So sellers could still be in the market to push it back down. There's the ignited candle open and the push down. Now the buyers, you have to watch now the bottom. Will it create a higher, will it create a higher low wick? Yeah, like that. So see how it created that higher low wick? Now it's a strong candle coming back up to test this resistance. This candle can be deceiving because it looks strong, and then we could potentially buy it right here, but then we're buying it again impulsively, prematurely before it closes and before it confirms that it can break through this red box and close above there. Okay, so that is the hardest part of scalping. It's like buying this candle or waiting for this candle to close. I'm going to tell you the honest truth. This is the most difficult part of scalping on any time frame, whether it's 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, or 1 minute. The hardest part is, do I buy this candle right now? Okay, because we see how it came down there and then flip green. And then it might be a nice impulse candle that breaks right through here. But you gotta understand, if you keep telling yourself that, you're gonna get caught up in a ton of this congestion and a lot of this fake outs. Okay, so what I tell myself is, I'm gonna wait for this candle to close completely. 30 more seconds. Yes, I might miss out on an impulse break, but I would rather wait for it to close and maybe confirm that it is a strong candle and maybe buy the pullback off of it. Because sometimes if you buy up there, then they reject it back down and then move you the other way, and then you're caught in drawdown. Okay, so I'm telling you as a scalper, that's the hardest thing about scalping, is just waiting for the candles to close. And you see, if we bought that, or if I bought that, I would be in drawdown right now. Okay, so I'm waiting for it to close. There's the close, and it still closed below the red zone. And then now you get that red push. Okay, so there's too many games right now in the market. The only thing that you can do when it is choppy like this is to remain patient, remain disciplined to wait for bodies to close, and just use proper risk management. That's it. Those 3 things. Okay. Some days volume is gonna trade like this. I'm not saying it's trading like this today because the US banks are closed, but just on regular days you might see gold trading like this. So what do? We wait for the volume to close. I always tell myself, prove to me that the candle, if I want to buy, prove to me that you can close it above here. Like when I took that sell, I took it because it closed below the red box when it came in, went back down, and then came in and went back down, and then here kind of sold. It proved to me that it closed below, and it proved to me that it got rejected there. It wasn't the break I was looking for right there. I wanted a bigger move. Kind of missed out on it. It was right there. But going into Comex, you can see how they took me out during Comex and then brought it down. Okay, so I always review my trade after I take it to see what did I do wrong there. Could I have done anything better? Could have maybe just placed my stop loss just a little higher. But again, it's all hindsight now after the fact. I placed my stop loss above that wick, and above that body, and it was right around there. And then that's when I got stopped out. Okay, so now we are pushing down red. So had bought that candle, again, we would have been in drawdown. Okay, so I said, let's wait for that candle to close, and it proved that it wasn't a strong enough green candle to buy. So now we have this big red candle. Where's approximately 50% of that? Right there. So in order to get strong again, buyers got to push above 28.97, 28.97 and 50 cents right there. That 50% point. Can they get that green volume to build? Yeah, see that? How they came right into it and it got rejected again down. So if you are looking to buy gold, you're battling against a lot of resistance in the market. Same with if you're trying to sell gold, you're battling a lot of support because we're ranging. Like look at the range we got. There's no real move. We're just stuck still in this descending triangle. Okay, so now you got the big push down now. So it retested 50% in there. Now it's pushing back down. Now we got to watch. Maybe the market is going to break down bearish on gold. If it comes down here, remember this yellow line? This is a very, very high time frame point of interest on the daily. Okay, so let's see. Sorry, on the hourly. On the hourly, here, 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 and here. Will the sellers break through here? Remember what's below this yellow line too, guys? There is some liquidity down there, okay? So there was liquidity there. They came and grabbed it and reversed the market back up. There's liquidity there. They got it and reversed the gold back up. Here they got it 2 times and came back up. Will they come for that liquidity again down there below that yellow line? We'll watch for it this morning. Okay, so that red bar closed below this green zone. So I just changed the color to red. And to me, this might look like, potentially, if it keeps building like this, that was one leg where it came up. There's the top of that trend line. There's the bottom. Okay, it came back up. All of this is kind of like a lower high. A traditional M double top would have been up there, but they lowered it kind of right there, and now they're pushing it back down. So this is the big neckline. Like if it can come down there, grab that liquidity. We have to watch to see, is it going to close? Maybe retest this, then you get a further drop. Then gold really, really drops because you're losing all of that hourly support. However, could it come down there, they grab that and it come back up and then start a bullish move going back up. Okay, so that's what we have to pay attention to as it gets down to this big level down in here. Okay, and for buyers to get my attention again, to look for a buy, the buyers have to at least bring it back up and close above this red box. If they can't even close it above here, then in my opinion, they look weak. Then sellers will continue to come in and offer and continue maybe to push it down. So this green bar coming up, can it officially close above here? Okay, so we got a good answer. Okay, strong, green. Did it close above that zone? Yes, it did. Okay, so red to green. I know but we're just stuck in this range. Normally, I'm not changing all these box colors like this, but it's just bouncing around here. Can I get a retracement and buy off of here? And this is like a zone I'd like to stay out of. That's like a 2-minute consolidating zone right in here. This is where most of the volume is kind of consolidating. Yeah, there was a minor break there. Been a couple of breaks above here, but most of the volume is trading in this neutral box. So again, I let it develop. It's getting closer to maybe breaking out of this trend line. The apex could also continue pushing down. I'll see if more red volume will close below here, and then we're making our way to take out this huge area here. This will be significant if we take out 28.95 on gold today, because if you look at your hourly, this is what you got on your hourly candles. Okay, it's pushing down, but you see the hourly has not broke there at 7 a.m. It came down there at 5 a.m. Came down there at 3 a.m. It broke right there at 1 a.m. Okay, so if we get more red volume on the hourly, closing in 12 minutes, closing below that yellow line, we could continue to push down on gold, down in here. maybe down to 28.88, the bottom of that hourly candle at 1 a.m. Mike, is Lock 30X strategy illegal? I've never heard of it. I don't even know what it is. No clue. I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor. No opinion on that. Okay, so we're barcoding. Green, red, green. This is, it's, I don't know about you guys, but it's hurting my eyes looking at this stuff. But, but there's nothing that we can do. This is what the market is presenting to us on the 2-minute candles. If I go to the 5 minutes and say, oh man, I should be trading the 5 minutes. 5 minutes are even worse. Look, it came up, back down, came up, back down, came up, impulse. Look how many impulse breaks there was on the 5 minutes. Look how many impulse breaks down. So just in general, gold is garbage right now. But maybe we can turn garbage into treasure if we just remain patient and continue to watch how it is just consolidating in here. What are your guys' bias? On the 2 minutes here, what we see on our charts, do you think we could break above this trend line and go green above here? Or do you guys think it's going to go red and continue selling down? On the 2 minute chart, what we're looking at, not on your daily charts, not on your weekly charts, just right now I'm asking, what do you guys think? Are you guys bullish that it will break above this red box trend line and continue driving to 2900 plus? Or do you guys think the sellers are going to break this yellow line and start to bring it down? Pedro, you're seeing lower highs. You're bearish. Red, Gwendolyn. Yeah. Everyone is going to have mixed opinions. That's how the market is consolidating. It's going both ways currently, and that's how everyone is going to have mixed opinions. Yeah, I see some of you guys are saying green, some of you guys are red. All we can do is just continue to watch the volume. It is coming down red, but then it's followed by a green candle answer. This one came down red again, but it's followed by a strong green candle. Okay, so again, I base it off of how and where we close. So this is a really nice response by the buyers with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. So now it's coming right back up to that red box, testing that yellow trend line, which we, holy, like look at guys. Again, it came right up there and then they slammed it back down. Okay, so we've got to follow this volume. That was a nasty, nasty rejection up there. Guys, stop spamming the YouTube chat with whatever strategy you guys are talking about. It's all bullshit, guys. Just stop, because I'm trying to read some actual comments that I'm asking questions, and you guys are just spamming with lockstep 30, whatever the hell that is. No one gives a shit about your strategies. It's all bullshit. You guys are scamming. Nobody cares. Go to another YouTube channel and spam. We appreciate it. It helps the YouTube algorithm with commenting, but really doesn't help us over here. You gotta love when they spam the chat. My God. I asked a serious question. I was asking the snipers whether this is bullish or bearish. Now I can't read anything. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys. I know it's repetitive. Did that red candle close below that green box? Yeah, it did. So you got to go through this. Well, I go through this. You don't have to. But I just continue to change the color of the zones. Again, it pushed down red. Pushing down. Okay. I technically, any other time, I like to sell this but it's just at such a critical area down here that it could come down like it is now and then have a quick bounce up green again. Okay, so I just want to see, I want to see if they can take out this yellow line. That's what I'm mainly trying to see. What type of reaction will the market do if it takes out this yellow line? Okay. Because this is where the money is. If the market wants all that liquidity, it's right here. Come and get it. Come over here and get it. See, they're just shy of getting it. They're coming down there slowly to try and grab this bag of money down here. Fifth time touching support, will it break? It takes a while to develop. To break higher time frame structure takes time. It's not easy. Okay. So it did come down there again, coming right back up. Yeah, I like that. Slowmex, not Comex. See, I'm just personally telling you guys, if I was not trading with you guys on YouTube or Zoom, and I just woke up this morning myself and I was trading, after seeing this, I would have walked away from the computer. I don't even think I would be looking for a second trade. I would walk away, clear my head, come back again tomorrow when it's regular trading hours with the Wall Street opening up and things like that. It's just, this is not the easiest to scalp. There's no direction. And even if you are in a red cell, I ask you, would you have closed out that trade right there, those three red bars, in 5-6 minutes? Would you have closed out those green bars coming up there and exited? So I gotta ask these questions, because if you bought that, would you have taken your pips and dipped out of the market? Would you have placed a break-even stop loss? All of those things. Okay, so I look at this, and it doesn't do us anything if we're trading this if we're not grabbing 10, 15, 20 pips and getting out of the market. Otherwise, we're either going to get stopped out or we're going to get hit with a break-even. And now we're coming up to a critical hour. So we are approximately 4 or 5 minutes away from 9 a.m. Eastern. I know we don't have Wall Street this morning, so forget about Wall Street opening up at 9:30. We're just running through the regular hourly candles. So we do have an hourly close in of approximately 4 or 5 minutes. What I'm watching to see, are we going to get hourly volume in the next 4 or 5 minutes close below this yellow line, or is it going to come down here and maybe grab the liquidity and then reverse back up the next hour? Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I want to see what type of move, how they're going to close out this hourly candle. Okay, I'm watching it on the 2 minutes, but if I was watching it on the hourly, this is the hourly candle. We saw open green come up, roughly trade into 50% of that previous hourly candle, dropping. So here it is. There's the wick, a wick, a wick, and a wick. So are we going to get red volume in the next 3 minutes? Take out, grab that liquidity, or possibly close below there? Are we going to continue pushing down, or is it going to reverse in the next hour? So this is what we got to watch on the 2 minutes. Below that yellow line. We've got to look for clues. Guys, I'm not even going to look at the YouTube chat. I'm sorry. If you guys are asking like questions pertaining to this, I can't even see with the spamming going on. I told the guys on Zoom before we started the call, we're going to limit as much as we do on YouTube now, because we can see it's kind of like a joke for you guys. So we're going to go this week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube. Tuesday, Thursday will be private with you guys on Zoom, and then we'll see how we're going to do it next week. Maybe 2 days on YouTube and then 3 days private. But I kind of lose focus when it's like this, you know. I'm trying to look. I ask you guys a question, and then it's just spamming. So it's a waste of time, to tell you the truth. I know who's serious here and who's not. Okay, so here we go, guys. Again, this is the move right before the hourly candle close. So you kind of get some clues if you're watching. So it did come down there. This candle ignited green. We got some green volume. We're still not at 9 a.m. yet. I've pinned a Telegram channel at the top of the YouTube for you guys. It is there. Shows you guys everything we do in our Zoom and everything we do at SST and all the offers and all the links. It's pinned at the top of the YouTube for you guys. I can show it to you guys later, but right now we got to watch for 9 a.m. coming in. Okay, so again, down here, we're getting good support down in here still, but can the buyers bring it back up and close it above this red box? Okay, you're going to get a little volatility in the next 30 seconds, so be prepared whether you are in a trade or not. Some of you guys are probably buying, some of you guys are probably selling. Whatever is the case, just expect a little bit volume, okay, because it's a new hourly candle coming into the market. And I've broken it down. We're watching it on the 2 minutes. Okay, so this candle is going to close in 10 seconds. This is our hourly close. This is the 8 a.m. hourly candle closing, and we're going to get a new 9 a.m. Eastern candle right now. Okay, so it did close strong, that last 2 minute candle. Where's approximately 50% of it? Right around there. Are we going to pull back into 50%? Is it going to come all the way back down? Again, that liquidity is waiting down there below that big line. Or are we going to start our next hourly bullish leg going up? Okay. So here is a red candle that came down. It flipped green. We might come back and trade in this consolidating box in here. This is where we've had most of the volume. This session was contained inside here. Okay, will it come back in here? Will it go back down? We're going to trade in here. Let's see how strong this 2 minute candle is. That's representing the new hourly open. Is it strong? Is it weak? Is it indecision? Yes, today is a holiday. The stock market is closed. We are not trading any stock securities or indices. We are looking at gold. Comex market is open. Okay, so good opening price, good opening volume for the new hourly. It's closing right now. So 50% of that hourly candle is right there. Flipping this red to green. Okay, so is it going to retest 50%? Right there, 50%. We got a tap. Okay, can we get a wick and a flip, like to push back up on all of this red volume? Or is this red volume going to come back down and test this green box? So far, we got a nice retest at exactly 50%, but it came up, but that red volume is still heavy, pushing down. So it's kind of like a second bottom, testing again this red line. Will the red line hold? Currently it's holding, but still it needs to push up. The buyer's got to push up on all that red volume. Again, third time now that the red volume is holding and continuing to test again. So this is kind of like a triple bottom within a single bar candle. This is the third time it retested that red line. Will the buyers now for the third time have enough momentum to push it back up, or is that red volume going to come back down a fourth time? So right now they're pushing it up. Will we get a flip of a candle and start to break the trend and then we start to drive? Will we get an official green candle close above there in the next 44 seconds? This is where it could turn into like an impulse trade. See how the candle flipped green and start to break out of here? Some traders will take that on impulse. I'm going to wait for the official close of the bar. It's only 30 seconds away, so I can wait it out 30 seconds regardless if it breaks out or not. I'm waiting. But did you see how it tested 4 times 50% level here? So it was, or 3 or 4 times. I'm sorry. I think I said a triple bottom. I don't know if I saw 4 times, but 3-4 times it retested that and held. Now we got a volume at the top. Here's the close. Okay, it might be okay, right at the end, sellers pushed it right back down. So again, we did not get a green body close above there. So it's going to start with this one. Ignited green, continuing. This might be a potential 3-bar play breaking out of here. And they failed again. So again, that line, I haven't moved that line. Will it continue to hold and produce a higher low or retest this line again? Okay, so it's got a higher low, green volume, holding. Maybe it's consolidating right here now. The top half of this rectangle. Like this was the entire consolidated zone we had. Now it might be consolidating at the top half. Liverpool, read my message above. I can't, man, because all of the spam. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys might have good messages or good questions, and I can't see shit because everyone just spams it with their whatever the hell they're selling. So that's what I mean. It sucks. I'm trying to look at your questions, guys, but I can't see anything with the spam. Okay, so this candle is closing in 20 seconds. We're kind of just consolidating right here. Look at that. We're right at that trend line. It's holding 50% of that nice bullish candle. Okay, so now we get a nice push. Let's see if we can officially close. Maybe we can buy off of this candle. Okay, where will it close? It might close near the high. It might be an ignited push and just drive. It might be a pullback. Also right here. There's the close, red. Okay, small wick. Will it just turn green? Okay, it's coming down red. Here's the flip. Get ready. Okay, it's still red, red. Okay, flip. Sorry, I'm going to buy, but I bought in late there. I didn't have time to react, but I'm in a buy. I'm in a buy. I'm verbally saying buy right now. Okay, so I'm going to flip this red box now to green. Okay, my stop loss, I'm going to place a stop loss. My stop loss, I'm going to place it below this green box now. Okay, below the green box and below that wick that started this big move on this green candle at 9 a.m. So I'm just placing my stop loss below there, and I'm looking for to come back up, take out this 2900, and maybe start to approach up to that larger supply box above. Okay, so I'm in a buy. This is probably going to be my last trade of this session, regardless what happens, because I know the volume is really choppy, so anything can happen. But that's what I'm looking for, a TP above, back up to 2900 to test this resistance, and hopefully maybe get it up to 2901, this red box right up there. My stop loss, I'm giving it room to breathe. I'm placing my stop below this lower green box and below that wick that started at 9 a.m. Okay, so I'm officially in a buy. I'm going to play it out and see what happens here. Okay, so I want to see how many times this green box can officially hold. It came down red in there. Is it going back up? Where will it close? We officially just kind of broke that trend line. So maybe we can use the trend line as support. It's been resistance. This yellow line here, resistance, resistance. Now is it going to act as support going forward? We've retested it. Originally, there was a wick, but we still have this heavy red volume. Okay. Let me remove this consolidated box so you can see where my stop loss is. Okay, so you see my stop loss is down over here. I'll place a red line where my stop is, right there. That red line is my stop. Okay, this one is just for support structure right here. So if it comes back down here, okay, we built a little bit of support here and here. I'm going to see again, will it hold? Okay, so it broke. So will it be a break and come back up, or will it close below this red line? Then unfortunately we're going to test this green zone down in here. Okay, and I'm hoping that this green box will either hold or it won't get tested at all. Like I'm hoping to see a wick being created. So that was the original wick. As soon as we touched the green box, it came up, but there's still some heavy selling volume still pushing down. Again, if it comes down red and closes below here, that's where my stop loss is, because I don't want it close red below there and continue to take out this extremely important point of interest, and I don't want to be stuck in a buy and then the market is completely flushing down. So that's my overall stop loss is below there. I'm giving it more than enough room to breathe to try and break out of here. This candle closing, again, the volume closed right again at that red line. Okay, so we're kind of hugging this right here. And got to continue going through these motions and see if the depth of market will start to build off of here. Oops. So this green box, yeah, it's back to red. Sorry, right here. So still got to stick with the volume and continue watching. Let's see if this green box will hold. Okay, so originally it's still holding. Okay, we got a couple touches, still holding. Good response by the buyers, but again, we're still below here. We need that green volume to close back above here and build off of this block so that we can start maybe breaking out of here. Because the sellers could easily push this green volume back down, just like they've been doing the entire session. Okay, so it was a good initial response by the buyers, but we need follow through. We need a nice strong close and building off of this. So we got 20 seconds to go. So you can see how 2 times here this green box held, but again, it's the follow through. It's how the candle closes. See, we're closing with again with indecision. So the sellers can easily push this right back down. We're not getting good strong response. Closed with a little bit of green volume, but remember it was all the way up there. That would have been much better if we closed right near the high, right below that red box. So now it's easy for sellers to continue to offer and exhaust buyers. Hopefully the depth of market is kind of building, like creating higher lows above this green box here. And we're still below the trend line. We're still continuing to trade with the volume below the trend line. It is still descending. There was that minor break where I took that buy there, but now I got to watch the bottom. While I'm in a trade, I have to watch the bottom. I can't just keep my eyes on target of TP. I also have to watch where my stop loss is, and I got to watch how it's being built below here. Still lots of selling pressure. A lot of the volume is trading at that upper half, consolidating flag area. Still below the trend line, below the supply zone. Can we get a nice green candle, maybe officially close above here and get ready to start its ascending move? Or sellers are going to continue to slam this down. 15 seconds to go into the close. Again, we might close as like an indecision bar. Lots of indecision. This entire session has been indecision. Maybe after the call we'll get a directional move, but right now still building. Okay, so big ignited red bar, testing. Again, there was an original wick there at the green box, came back up, they slammed it back down. Again, it came down. So we've had 3 touches just on this candle alone at this green box. They're hitting the pending buys down there, but it's got too much offers above. So we need to flip and start to close with some positive green volume above these highs. We're getting good response at the green box here. It's held for 8 minutes now. 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes. I have my stop loss placed just below it. So there is a good tranche of buyers in here, but we're not getting the follow through we need. Every time it comes up, sellers are continuing to push it down. We still have volume right around that red marker right there at 50% of that green candle. So we're still holding volume above it. That's good, but not fantastic. We need follow through. Like this green candle is nice, but we need it to close near the high so we can build off of this, so that we can get more depth of market, so we can get more buyers active in the markets to start asking to trade back above here. Okay, so this candle is going to close again. 20 seconds. Let's see how and where it closes. So we're relative trading right near the high of it. It's a nice hammer candle. We've retested our green box multiple times. So we got this support down there. The structure has not broke below us. Still holding. But now here's the close. Okay, so again we close right below the red box. So stretch it into the future. Stretch this green box into the future. Still holding. And then now we're playing these Mickey Mouse games where it's red, ignited, push back down, got a wick. Can we flip this candle and drive through the red box and start to get green volume closing above here so that we can build off of this and start to maybe drive to 2900. Okay, so we got a good green candle, but again, it looks good right now, but where will it close? Okay, don't judge a candle just for the first few seconds when it opens. We judge it on the close. If it can drive back above here and close above this red zone, I'm looking to make it green if it can close above there. Okay, so what happened? It traded right back to those bodies. It's a lower high, and then the sellers are pushing it right back down, and the volume is again below the red box. Still relative, testing the trend line as support. Will it continue to hold? Holy, this is tedious. This is very, very tedious. I don't think I've seen gold trade this shitty in a while. Okay, so here's the close. 5 seconds to go. Again, it's where and how it will close. So we close green volume right at the top of the red box. It's okay close, but I would have liked if it closed just a little higher. So now, if I change the red to green to resemble that this could be support going forward, okay? So we see that this green box held pretty well 3 times. That's why I placed my stop loss below it to get protection from this green box. Okay, so now I want to see if this green box can build now. Okay, this one is held. It is showing strong structure, but now we got to see if this one will start to build now. And there's also a lot of money, well, not money, liquidity above here. Will they come up and start to trigger all of this liquidity? Like right around here, come in and grab this money up here. Okay, so 30 seconds left to go on this. Guys, reminder, it's going to be 10 minutes, 9:30, always before on normal days. I'm always reminding you Wall Street market is opening up at 9:30. This morning, we do not have any Wall Street, no stock market. US market is closed due to bank holiday. So you're not going to get that influx of volume if you're trading S&P, NASDAQ, or US 30, Dow Jones like you normally will. Rita, I'm on a 2-minute chart, 2-minute candlesticks, 2 minutes. We've done 2 minutes this entire session. Okay, so we close red in the green box. Next candle opens green in the green box. So this is the battle now. We're kind of consolidating green, red, green. Will we get that continuation push to the upside, or it very well could come back down red and test inside here again. Hopefully we're diverging away from this. We're building higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, but we need to create new higher highs. And more important, when we create a new higher high, we need the volume to follow through and close with it positive green volume so that we can build off of that green volume and continue to maybe take out all of this resistance behind us. How long is the stock market closed? For today. For today. It'll pick up again. Tokyo session, London, and tomorrow will be regular trading hours. Okay, so we don't have no new higher highs. Okay, so lack of volume there, lack of buyers asking to trade up there. Sellers are pushing it back down. As we come down, are we gonna trade down in here? It did spike down, but then there was a good pending buy right near the end of the candle, again closing with green volume above the green box. So that's positive. It shows that it did come down there and then it brought right back up and closed there. Fortunately, this candle's opening ignited red. You can see the open of this bar opened ignited red, so naturally it wants to come down. But as it's coming down, what I look for is I look for how it will test into 50% of that prior green candle. And that's where it is getting a wick currently, right now, right there. That's approximately 50% of that green bar. So can it continue to hold respect here and get buyers to push this ignited red candle back up? Okay, so you see how it flicked, it came up, and then they just slammed it back down. So that's volatility. When you get a candle bar like this on all time frames, when you see that, just that quick little transition, that's volatility. Okay, so at this time, there's volatility within this bar. Now you might see it come back down, might go all the way back down, might get a wick coming back up. Then you know that the volatility came down there and spiked all those pending orders down there. So that was a good response. As it came down there, I know it broke the green box, but it's still a higher low, and then it came right back up. Okay, so I know that it came right through the depth of market, picked up the pending buyers, and now the candle is flipping green. It's a bullish pin bar hammer candle now. Okay, so can we continue? See the volatility, how it came up green and then they slammed it back down. Okay, so we're encountering volatility. It's like when you're in an airplane and there's turbulence and your pilot says, "Hey guys, be seated, put your seatbelts on. We're encountering turbulence." This is what that's like. This is the captain speaking, guys. Put your seatbelts on. Watch your stop losses because now we're encountering volatility, turbulence. Okay, so you can see how it closed red and then this candle up green right away. Okay, so now there's more volume entering the market now. Okay, so we're barcoding green, red, green, red, green. Someone's going to get like squeezed out of this play. Will it be me? I'm in a buy. So if the sellers keep pushing it down there, I'm going to get squeezed out of there. My stop loss is going to get triggered. I'm squeezed out. However, there's a lot of sellers that are trying to sell as well. If we can start to break with green volume above here, these are where their stop losses are. That's why I have that money sign. These are all pending stop losses. They're probably selling the market. They got their stops above these highs and maybe above these highs. So if we can continue to trade green volume through there, not only are we triggering all the pending orders, but we might be getting new depth of market, new buyers coming into the market above there. But that's a nasty rejection again. It was a nice green body candle coming up, and then they just rejected it back down. So we got to judge it based on how it closes. 40 seconds to go. Now when it comes down there, it's kind of filling back up with green volume. This is a tough market. Holy. This is a tough morning. Okay. So all I can say on mornings like this is just trade with responsible risk management. That's it. Like look at the price action it's giving us. This is horrible in my opinion, but you can still look for trades as long as you're not over leveraging. You're giving it room to breathe because we can see how it's ranging. So if you're giving it room to breathe, just lower your size just a tad. That's it. So you're not panicking when you're in a trade. You can actually watch how it's developing. And yes, if you do encounter a stop, it's okay. It's part of the game, guys. I'm telling you, you're not going to be a 100% trader. You can be 90%, you can be 80%, but to achieve 100% every single day, stop setting the bar so high where you're going to get disappointed when you can't do that. Okay, so we got green volume. That's good. But we need to break these highs, okay? And also follow through with green volume closing above there. We don't want to just come up there and then it gets hit hard and we go back down, okay? Because then we got to rely again on our depth of market like that shooting star candle. We don't want that, okay? So holy, it's tough market here. So So that's a nasty rejection up there. Okay, those sellers were waiting up there. They absorbed that all those buyers and slammed them down. This candle now has 30 seconds to go into the close. So now we're testing again that green box. If it closes, that's why I have my stop loss down here, because this is a statement candle. Those sellers are pretty serious right now. So I don't want this to continue to break this point of interest. That's my final stop loss right there, because I got to prevent further loss. However, I watched to see how it trades at that green zone. So it came down there, but there's a majority of that body is an engulfing red bearish candle. So for the buyers again, they got to come all the way back up to roughly 50% of it is right there. So it's tough now. Now it's like an M pattern. Okay, so with that big rejection. So this is what I got on 2 minutes coming down. The neckline is this green box. That was that nasty rejection. We had a nice, beautiful green candle coming up there, but then they rejected it hard, and then there's your double top. Here's your M. So if it breaks below there, that's why I have my stop loss down there. Because if it breaks and closes, it retests this, that's red, and we're back at that trend line, then there's the massive drop that could happen. Okay, so I want to protect further losses. So that's why I'm still live in this. I'm in drawdown, but I'm just trying to show you guys why I have my stop down there. Okay, again, this, so while I'm in the trade, I can still continue to go through the motions. This zone is red now. Emmanuel, am I running commentary of what is happening? No, I'm running commentary of live trading. This is not, this is live right now, live. I'm in a live trade. I'm in a buy, but I'm in drawdown. Okay, so do we have a good answer by the buyers at this green box? The answer is yes. There's a relative good answer again here. So we've got good support holding at our lower block. Remember, this one was just a minor block up here. This one was holding more structure. Okay, so that's why I rely on this one, and that's why I place my stop loss below there. So I'm still live in this trade, but now can we build off of this again? It's 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Normally this is Wall Street market open. We would get some volatility, but today is just Louise, this is what I can't stand about YouTube. Today Ron is upset. I'm not upset. He doesn't reply to the questions. I'll come back tomorrow. I cannot see your question when people are spamming the chat. I tried to make that clear. That's why I said to people, stop spamming the chat if people have important questions. This is why I get frustrated with YouTube. And then you think I'm upset. I'm not upset. I just cannot read the fucking question. Do you guys understand that? So now I got to scroll all through everything now to find your question, Louise. One moment. Let me scroll. I see Louise there. Can you explain why the boxes aren't placed between 28.96 and 28.99? Okay, well I can easily answer this. If you came when we started the call, I did a top-down analysis and showed you why I chose these areas. That's my answer. So try and come to the calls when we start, and then you'll see why I chose these zones. But anyways, to explain it to you, 28.99. Yeah, I can, if I want, I can now, looking at price action, because we started these zones prior to all of this. Okay, if I see now there's a zone right there, absolutely. That 28.99, you're correct. That is a new zone up there. What other zone did you say? I gotta continue to scroll. 28, 96, and 89. So yeah, there's your red zone right there. We're approaching it right now. And then you said 28.96 right here. I have this zone. Am I reading that right? 28.96 right there. There's your zones. Okay. Guys, I'm not upset, but I cannot read what you guys are writing. Maybe I got to disable the chat on YouTube when we come back on here. Oh, thank God we're going to go into a couple Zoom sessions with you guys, and then I can get out of this shit. Okay. Anyways, see, I'm not even paying attention to what happened now. Okay, so we came. Let me just remove this. Okay, so what happened now? That was a big, strong green candle. I didn't even see it, guys. Sorry, because I was looking at the chat there. And it broke through this resistance right there. So it is technically like a tweezer top high with that wick right there. Okay, so an equal high. And am I surprised at the answer of what the sellers are doing? No, I'm not. Okay, there's a lot of resistance up here. And it hit a tweezer top high, and now it's a big shooting star candle coming back down. So we have to again build off of this. You got to stay with me. You got to watch this volume. This green box is still holding. Can we, what was 50% of this green candle that started the move? Open, close, half of it. Whoa, I don't want to move that. Half of it is right there. Can we continue to maintain this right here? He left, so I replied to no one. I don't give a shit, to tell you the truth. I don't care. um, yeah, that's why Dave has a difficult time coming back on YouTube. It's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I've been doing this for 5+ years. I'm losing my mind too. Okay, so let's not get excited now because we're in green. We have to continue to watch what's happening. Can we break? Like we've got a wick here, a wick here, a wick, a wick, a wick, a wick, a wick. The tweezer top high. Can we build some type of green volume and close above these wicks? Because we still have a lot of hard work to drive through this. There's so much resistance this morning in the market. Okay, good response. Okay, so good volume. We broke above those wicks, but it's not just where we break, it's how we close. Yeah, see, we broke, it was nice green volume, but look at how they slam it back down into an indecision candle. So that's why I say, guys, don't get too excited when you see a nice big green candle because you're going to get disappointed maybe. So I remain calm and cool and collected like a cucumber until the bar closes. Then I get excited where it closes. Okay, so there's nothing to get excited about when you see a big green candle move in your direction, especially on these low time frames, because you're going to get disappointed quite often. So I've learned to be immune to this. So let's see. We're closing now in 5 seconds. Will it close above that red line? That was that tweezer top high. No, so we didn't, but we closed with some good green volume. Again, where's 50% of this volume? Right there. Okay, so can we continue to respect this 28, just under 28.99? Okay, so now they're grabbing liquidity. Okay, remember liquidity was right around here. So all of these short sellers, short scalpers, I should say, because we're on the 2 minutes, their stop losses are probably right around here. If I was selling, I would have maybe, myself, I'm just talking myself, I would have placed my stop loss above here or maximum above here. So we're not only are we hitting pending orders, this liquidity, we're driving through here, but we might be getting delta green volume in the depth of market. There might be more buyers now on the hourly or higher time frame continuing to buy while we're cutting through here and hitting pending orders and stop losses. Okay, so now we got to continue to watch. We have huge resistance right up here at 2900, that psychological level. Okay, so we got to continue to follow the volume. This is you know, I don't want to tell you guys what to do. You guys should manage it yourself. But that's if it gets up there, that's about 15 pips to that red line. Okay, if it can get it right up to that red line, that's about 15 pips. It's up to you when you want to take your stop loss and start to reduce your risk. That's up to you. Okay. But let's watch this. 17 seconds to go. Are we going to tap into that resistance? Is it going to produce a lower high? Can we build off of this volume that we currently have in the candle? Let's continue to watch this. I'm just going to zoom in a little more for you guys so I can see too. Okay, so 50% of that green candle is right there. We just tapped right into it, holding. So let me just get rid of this. Okay, so there it came down to 50% of it, still holding, but we have a relatively high wick to fill. Can it fill it and continue to drive and peek its head above here? A good TP target would be this red box if it gets up there. If we can start to break through here, okay, that's 15, 20 pips if it can get up there. I'm going to reduce my stop loss, okay? That's what I'm going to do while I'm in profit. I'm going to do it right now, okay? So I'm taking my stop loss and I'm going to break even now. Okay? And then the worst case scenario is the trade comes all the way down to where I entered and I get stopped out at break even. But at least I have no capital at risk now, okay? But let's see if it will continue to build for us, okay? Can we close with some volume above here? So last time it impulsively broke above there, got rejected back down. Impulsively broke above there, and then it started that big red candles pushing down. So again, we impulsively broke above there, and they're pushing it back down. But now we might have the depth of market changing in our favor. So remember, it's how the candle closes. Is it filling back up with green volume? Will we make our way back up there? Will we lose this? Will we come retrace back down? Okay, so we didn't get the strong close. Closed as an indecision candle. So it's not a surprise that now we're going to retrace back down a little bit, okay? But now we have to rely on our previous candles to build some structure off of these. I want to build some structure before it comes down and hits my break even. Maybe I went break even too soon. Now that I'm looking at it, maybe we come back and we retest this green box. Maybe I could have left my stop loss just a tad below the green box. I still would have reduced it dramatically from down there to maybe right there, but it is what it is. On a choppy day like this, you got to protect your capital. Rule number one. Okay, so 30 seconds to go. Got a bearish candle coming off of that rejection. Okay, so I'm not surprised that we did get rejected right there, okay, because that's structure in the market. However, can we start to build from the bottom and continue to try and make our way back up here? So can we keep volume above this red line, above 50% of that green candle? Here's the close, 5 seconds. Just looking at how close we are to 10 a.m. So we're about 20 minutes away from 10 a.m. Okay, so we closed again right at around 50% of that green candle. Will we get some green buyers step in right around here? Okay, and start to build some support here on the 2 minutes. I know we're just looking at the 2-minute candles, but 2 minutes can build some support as well. EMAs, sorry, I can add EMA. EMA 9, okay, so we are above EMA 9. I know most of you guys use this EMA, is this green line. So we are well above the 9 EMA. 200 EMA, we are above the 200, this purple line. So we had a golden crossover where the 9 EMA crossed above the 200. So that is short-term bullish and technically long-term bullish. So us in a buy, that's good for us. Let's see if we can continue to build off of this volume. Again, to close above this prior resistance. Okay, then maybe we can make our way up to that larger red zone up there. And then that would be maybe 25 to 30 pips up there. And then that's where maybe you can definitely scale out a little bit if you like. If you haven't moved your stop loss to break even, if it does come up there, that's where I highly recommend you would go to break even. But again, how is the candle bar going to close? Here's the bar close. Right there, closed. Okay, so we closed right at that red line. We got a nice big green candle. Can we mark 50% of this candle? Right around there. Can we maintain 50% of this volume as it's coming down or a higher low? That would be beneficial to us. So we do have a red candle. It did come down right there. Will it hold? Right here, where I have my cursor. At 50% of this green candle. Can we continue to hold? Okay, a higher low. I welcome a higher low. As it pushed right back up, it's getting rejected. Okay, so we got a nice hammer. It turned into a hammer. Again, there's volatility up here because we have a lot of sellers up here. This is where the sellers were that started this prior downtrend right here at just prior to 8 a.m. Okay, then we went through all of Comex. We held our hourly bottom. We started to make support structure right here, support right here. Can we start to build a little bit of structure right here? Because in the market, this is where 2900, it's that psychological area. No. Okay, so when you have a psychological area, this is where there could be some fireworks in the market here. So the sellers are still holding this 2900. So this is a minor area compared to the larger area we have up here. Okay, so again, what happened now? We've got 18 seconds to go. That was a big red candle. It didn't necessarily hold 50%. It dipped a little lower, but we still have a large green candle that's still pushing the volume up. Is it going to close right at 50% right there? It's going to close a little higher. Okay, so maybe it will flip green. No. So we closed with a pin bar. Okay, but the buyers did reject it back up. But this candle now opened ignited red, so naturally it's coming down hard. So I have a break even placed right here. For you guys that trade with a 9 EMA, it just broke the 9 EMA, but coming right back up. Will the volume close above the 9 EMA, below the 9 EMA? Will it come back up? Will it come all the way back down in here? Unfortunately, if I get stopped out there, that's the trade, guys. I get stopped out at break even, and then will it curl back up? Hopefully it doesn't come down here. I'm hoping some buyers will protect this area. Like right around here too. You know, these prior wicks right here, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wicks right there. Okay, so they were all red. If I bring that across, there's a 6th wick. There was a 7th one. As that candle closed above right there, that's where technically I could have flipped that zone. So you see right there, this block in the market, if we can still maintain this, then maybe we don't need to come down to this one. Okay, so this one, where did I get this block from? Just look right here. Look at your candle at 816. There's a wick, there's a wick, there's a wick, a wick, a wick, and a wick, and a wick. So I just grabbed all of that and brought it across, and maybe this will be good support. It's right above the 200 and above the 9 EMA. That's I'm in profit right below it, but maybe if this can hold, then maybe I get that next push back up. So I'm still live in this trade. I'm in with a break even. I know I have a lot of zones, okay, but I'm just going with how the market is building. Okay, if you guys can hit the likes on YouTube, we do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want to join us for some live trading and education. Thank you to those who don't spam the chat. Then I can actually see what some of you guys are saying and maybe hopefully answer some of your questions. I appreciate that. Thank you guys. Captain Boom, on days like this, you're taking your pips when I get them. I completely agree with you. It's one of those days where, you might have to grab some pips and just dip out of this market. Unless maybe a trend is building. Who knows? Maybe we'll see what happens here, okay? Maybe we caught a trend. Hopefully it can continue to build and we break 2,900. We'll see. But yeah, traditionally on days like this, pip and dip is the best recipe. Okay, so we got a nice solid green candle. Again, I know it's exciting, but follow through, where it closes, how it closes. Will I be able to make this red zone green? It's coming up there, guys. Okay, so that's about 20 to 25, 30 pips in there. Okay, so you guys monitor it yourself. I'm just continuing to go with the volume, closing in 10 seconds. Can we officially close above this red box? See how it filled all the way right up to that red box, and then it got rejected down. Here's the close. So it did, in fact, close above that red box. So quickly I make it green. Okay, now it's retesting it. Can we hold as support right now? Minor support. You can see I'm only on the 2-minute candles. Will it hold for just a few seconds? If it does come down red, in fact, still with this red line, I can still use this as an area of support. For those of you that are following your 9 EMA, you can see my 9 EMA is trailing right behind here. This red, yellow, or oh my God, this green line right here. Okay, so we got a good answer coming out of that green box now. They flipped. The candle is a hammer, but we still have that big wick to fill. So we have lots of volume that we need to get back into the market, fill that wick, and then all we have is this red box and those two wicks right up there, 2901.6364, like right here. If we can start to get above there, we could have clean move to get up to 2903 up there. Okay, maybe this trade could turn into 40-50 pip move. Okay, let's just continue to watch candle by candle how everything is developing. And you can also, if you choose, to scale out a little bit in profit while we're making our way up to this next supply block. Meldon, TP hit. Good job, bro. Good job. Respect. I like that, guys. It wasn't the easiest session today. I'm going to tell you, today was difficult, but just stay patient, stay disciplined, and all I can say is respect your risk management. That's it. Okay, so there we closed right into the red box. Where's 50% of that green candle? Real quick. Like sometimes I tell you guys, I don't have time to use my Fibonacci tool. I kind of just eyeball. Where's about 50% right there, that red line. So if we pull back red, 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 I'd like to see if we can hold that 2900 $1.80 right there. This we held right around here, held. We got this green block in the market now. Now we're fighting right here where prior to when we started the call, 624 rejected, 626 drop. Look at how many times we got rejected in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wicks in there, and then we had that false breakout right there right before 7 a.m. and then they dropped it. So if you kind of put your retracement tool from 7 a.m. all the way to the bottom, we're completing a 100% retracement right back up to this 7 a.m. drop. So there's going to be some type of resistance up here. So if you're happy with that move for about 30 pips, you can definitely scale out in there. However, if you're still holding for a bigger move, we got to go through the motions again, okay? So let's continue to watch this. Am I surprised that we're getting rejected in a red box? No. That's why it's red for a reason. But then, as it's pulling down, we got to look at our depth of market below us that the buyers are building. And what's up here again? There's liquidity up here. Okay, they're going to come up here and grab that liquidity and then come up here green and then reverse it and slam it down, or we're going to come up here again and trigger this liquidity and build off of this block where we can maybe close green above here. We flip this red block green and then we're building off of it and then we're trading back up to 2903, 2904 up there. Okay, so let me just move this a little bit to the side here. So we closed red below the red box. So it's still red. So now technically we might get that push down. But you see where the 9 EMA now is? The 9 EMA is right at our green box now, which used to be red right here. So is this going to turn into some short-term support if it comes down here? Let's see. We got 90 seconds to figure this out on this candle. Liverpool logos, it's inside the midnight quadrant right now. It needs a close above 290203. Yeah, well, no, I agree with you. I can see the resistance right here, but yeah, if we can get a close above 290203, yeah, definitely. But we're encountering lots of resistance right here. Yeah, you can clearly see it. Okay, so we're sticking with the volume we're watching. It came down red, right down to there. So it didn't in fact touch our 9 EMA or the green box. So we got a good response by the buyers. They're there. They picked it right back up, trading as a hammer candle. 30 seconds to go into the close. That's a beautiful response by the buyers there. Excellent response. Held the structure. No structure really broke, but can we now push out and close with some positive green volume above here? Maybe come after this liquidity right there and continue to build off of this. And then if it closes above there real quick, I'm going to flip the red box to green because we might just touch it and go. We might get an ignited bar open and continue to drive. This might close right at the high and we might get okay, so see how it closed? Green above. So I go red to green box. There's our green candle. We have no wick, so here's our drive. How high can it drive now? Do we have, I'm only on the 2 minutes, but can we get maybe some 5-minute volume following through? Okay, so that's a high of 34 pips up there from where we entered. Now, what are we fighting? Look, okay, so we did create a high. We did break that high right there, those 2 wicks right above there. So now, what I would be looking at is 2-minute structure right there. You see what I'm looking at, guys? Right over here. Okay. There was resistance, 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 resistance. There's a body and a body. I'd like to see if the green volume now can get up to 2902.60, this red line, before it can come up to that big red box. So we're filling the imbalance to the left of the chart. If I bring this red line now, extend it over here, Do you see the imbalance we're filling? See how it's clean traffic? It was just one red candle that dropped. There we go. See how it was just one red candle that dropped? There, guys, fantastic. Clean drive through that traffic. There we go. We got a push from the higher time frames. That's approximately 50 pips up to there. Okay, so up here, I'm going to scale out 80%. Okay, so we make this call worthwhile because I'm going to only last 5 more minutes. So I'm securing 80% up here, and I'm going to leave 20% running. I'm making that verbally clear to everybody. Okay, so I cashed out 80% up here, and I'm leaving 20% running. Hopefully, this thing continues to run all day today. Okay, but do you guys understand what just happened right there? That was that imbalance fill. See that 2-minute candle, how it filled right through there? We've got clean traffic. It was just one red bar that dropped at 6:06 a.m. Eastern. So we just scaled right through there. So again, this green box is holding. This green box is holding. This depth of market is holding. This one is holding. This one is holding. So our depth of market is building higher low, higher low, higher low, and we're cutting through supply now. Guys, you can turn a difficult session in your favor. Okay, so I'm going to admit I took a sell early. I got stopped out, but I just continued not to get frustrated. Again, this was frustrating volume this morning, but continuing to watch what was happening. Keep your eyes on the prize. I recovered my loss and I got a little bit of profit. Okay, so I want you guys to learn that sometimes you're going to take a loss. It's okay, but like when I say how a candle, it's about how a candle closes. Like it's not about the way how you start your trading on the day. You might start off with a loss. It's how you close the day. Okay, you might come back and regain that loss. You might close positive and build off of that. Don't get frustrated if you take a loss. Don't revenge trade. Don't over leverage. Just continue to follow the price action. Okay, so now, like if we're trading in this big red zone, look at the 2-minute price action. You can clearly see where we did have resistance when we traded in there. Right there, it came up, back down, came up, back down. There impulsively broke and got rejected hard. Here was 4:20. Look at the time, 4:20. I need to go smoke a joint. That's a sign telling me I got to go smoke a joint right now. So it came in there, back down, came in there, back down, and the market dropped. So if we can cut through here, that would be a line of reference, 2,904.75. I would be watching that area. Okay. Discord, let's take a look here. Okay, so we had a Discord set up at 2,900, which is now running. Okay, so all of that congestion, this is on the 5 minutes. We were watching the 2-minute congestion, but there's a 5-minute bar that did officially close above, and then there's the 5-minute volume. Okay, so we're going to see now we're encountering a little bit of 5-minute resistance right there, and those two top wicks at 29.06. Will we continue to drive above here? Okay, so did everybody learn something from today's session? I hope you guys learned that we traded some really choppy price action. That's number one. Hey, Captain, I love to hear that. You had to grind it out, but that's the losses back and your daily goal done. You're done for the day. Hey, you learn from those type of days. When you can grind back from a losing day and not only recover what you lost, but you hit your daily goal, those are big, big days, guys. Those are big days. You should be super proud of yourself if you can recover a day like that, where you go into drawdown, not only recovering your drawdown, but you end up hitting your daily goal. That's a big day. That's a huge day. That day also, you could have a day off the next day to relax, recover, go back and review what put you in drawdown that day, how did you recover it, and then how did you hit your daily goal. That's a day for review. You can walk away from the markets and then come back composed the next day. But that's part of trading, guys. It's that grind. Not everyone is just going to come in the markets every single day and just go directly into profits. There's going to be those days that test you. There's going to be those up and down days. There's going to be those days that maybe your first trade of the day is a loss. Maybe your first trade of the day is a win, and then you give back, and then you go back into draw. That's trading, guys. It's just don't get upset. If you're trading with the proper risk management, there's no need to get upset. If you've already marked out, like when I put my stop loss, I've already calculated in my head how much I'm willing to risk on the trade before I even take it. If I'm okay with it, then I take the trade. And then I'm not really watching my stop loss. I'm watching the price action. Obviously, I'm watching my stop loss because I trade with market executions. So I tell you guys verbally, if it's coming down to my stop loss, I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to close the trade. It came really close, actually, on this move. Remember, my stop loss was just a hair below this block right here. And then you see how that block saved me? Structure saved me. It all starts with a good analysis. I know this looks really, really nasty, this analysis, but what I can do now is just start to clean up. Do I need that there? Go for more the immediate bigger zones. I can start to clean up. And that's what I would be looking for. But so guys, that's another reason why I took out 80% of the trade up there, because it not only did it break this target, this resistance, but it came to the higher time frame. This big red box is an hourly. This is not 2 minutes. So that's why I don't get greedy. I secured 45 pips up there. The maximum move was approximately 50, 55. But I needed to recover my loss early. Okay. Guys, before we go, thanks for joining. If you do want to become a stock sniper and join the team, we'd love to have you guys. We have a free blog available for you guys. Here's a successful trade with the SST Scalper Pro. We break it down before and after. There's a little bit of reading to go here. This is on DAX in London market, German exchange. So we do have blogs. If you're wondering what is core PPI, retail sales, you see these folders all the time when we're trading. Tariffs are in the news right now. Read a little bit about it. There's everything about psychology, price action in here, technicals, fundamentals. These are all free blogs available for you guys. We have a lot of those coming out. If you want to see a journal of our Scalper Pro entries, we do have a complete journal here for you guys. You can see of all the different securities we trade: NASDAQ, gold, a lot of gold, NASDAQ, crude oil. You should see some Euro JPY, some Dow Jones in here. There's Dow. So there's various securities, commodities, and indices. Shows the before and after, and a little bit of comments as to what happened in the trade. Okay. But those are the trade ideas. And if you want to join the team, we'd love to have you on this team. Lots of education, lots of live trading. The Discord community is excellent with the entire team. You can become part of the Discord community, share your charts with the members, and trade with them. Okay. If you're looking for webinars, courses, everything we kind of explained today in a nutshell is broken down to you in individual webinars and courses for you, explaining everything that I talked about in today's session. So we'd love to have you on this team, guys. Join us with myself and Dave and the entire SST community, and hopefully maybe take your trading to the next level, guys. That's another thing. When we get 50 pip moves, don't get greedy. That's another thing, guys. I teach this all the time. Try not to get greedy, because when you start getting greedy, the market will punish you. Okay? So you see how here, if you didn't do anything up there, yeah, you got some profit, but look how much you gave back to the market. Okay? So it came up here to that higher time frame, big supply, and then look at how the big sellers are waiting there, absorbing. So that's why I said, guys, I'm going to scale out 80%. I still have a 20% runner, But if it taps right there, I'm out of that 20% runner. But 80% of the bulk of that profit is secured in my pocket, and I can go to McDonald's and buy some pancakes today, and hopefully a coffee. Guys, I'm going from double to regular, and my buddy told me put honey in a black coffee. Have you guys ever had that? It is delicious. Raw organic honey and no sugars because it's got its natural sugars, and just in a black coffee. Captain Boom all the time. I hated black coffee for the life of me. I always had to put some type of cream or sugar, and I want to slowly get off of that because I drink a lot of coffee. But he goes, just go black. I said, I hate black. He goes, but try it with honey. Oh my goodness. Game changer. Yeah, I like it. That's the way you guys drink your coffee. Why didn't you guys tell me this years ago? Why am I figuring this out right now? Guys, tell me the secrets about coffee. Okay, so you can see, guys, break even at 20% down there. So if you didn't do anything, hopefully this is a lesson for some of you guys. Okay, the markets can reward us, but don't get greedy, because once you start getting greedy in the markets, you know, you're going to start to, if you do journaling, you're going to start to see how the markets can humble you real quick. Oh, Armand, I loved the espressos, the macchiatos back home. When I come back to Albania, we'll be drinking together, bro. Lots of macchiatos. Okay, everyone. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate everyone. I know it was a tough session, but this is how sometimes when the U.S. banks are closed, this is how sometimes the volume is. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit. And we'll see you guys YouTube on Wednesday. Tomorrow, guys, I will see you guys in Zoom. Okay, and we'll continue. Dave will be back morning session with you guys, and then I'll be doing post New York with you guys, 10:30, 11 a.m. Eastern. We'll get back into the markets. Okay, guys, have a great day. Thanks, guys. I had a blast. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, guys. God bless.
Recording stopped.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to the live session of Stock Sniper Trading. My name is Dave, guys. My partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.